I was late for my appointment again. The hospital corridors smelled faintly of antiseptic and coffee, the kind of scent that instantly brings back memories you don't ask for. As I hurried past the rows of patients, I caught sight of a familiar figure, a woman standing by the vending machine, white scrubs, auburn hair tied up, and a smile that looked like home. I froze because even after 10 years, I knew that smile. "Nurse Ellen?" I asked, my voice unsure. She turned, eyes lighting up with surprise before softening into something that made the world feel still. "Oh my goodness, Daniel," she said, covering her mouth in shock. "You're walking?" I laughed a little awkwardly. "Yeah, it took a while, but I got there." Her eyes glistened as she took a step closer. "You have no idea how happy I am to see this. 10 years earlier, I was in a hospital bed with a broken spine, the result of a car accident that should have ended me. I was 24, stubborn and angry at the world. Most days I didn't talk, I didn't eat much either. I just stared at the ceiling and wondered why I had survived when my friend in the passenger seat hadn't. But Nurse Ellen never gave up on me. She'd come and humming old country songs, open the blinds to let the sun in, and talk as if I were listening, even when I wasn't. "Hey, soldier," she used to say, "we're going to get you back on your feet. You'll see." One night when I had one of those breakdowns that come from nowhere, she sat beside me quietly. No pep talk, no advice, just a hand resting gently on me. That silence did more for me than any medication ever could. Now standing in that same hospital hallway years later, I could still see that version of her, the one who believed in broken people. "I don't even know how to thank you," I said. "You're the reason I kept fighting." She smiled, that warm, knowing smile nurses seem born with. "You were my favorite patient," she said softly. "Not because of what happened to you, but because of what you became after it." Her words caught me off guard. What I became. She nodded. "You started helping the other patients. Remember, you talked to the new ones who didn't want to do therapy. You tell them it was okay to be scared. I saw the change before you did. I hadn't thought about that in years. But she was right. I had started talking to people. Helping them was the only way I could make sense of what had happened to me. That's what led me to where I am now, a physical therapist at a rehab center, helping others rebuild their lives just like I had to rebuild mine." I told her all of this as we sat on a bench by the lobby window. She listened the same way she used to, patiently, attentively, with that light in her eyes that made you feel like your story mattered. When I finished, she smiled. "You see, I didn't heal you, Daniel. You just needed someone to remind you you could." We both laughed, the kind of laugh that carries years of gratitude in it. I asked her what brought her back. "Retirement," she said. "Her last week at the hospital. I was just grabbing a coffee before my final shift. Guess fate wanted us to meet one last time." I didn't know what to say. There's something surreal about meeting the person who once held your pain in their hands. So I stood up, gave her a hug, and said, "You were my favorite nurse." She chuckled through her tears. "Then, I guess we're even." As I walked out of the hospital that day, the sun hit me just right. I realized something powerful. Kindness doesn't end when people part ways. It lingers. It echoes through the lives it touches years later in unexpected hallways and coffee lines. Some people heal your wounds with medicine. Others heal you with humanity. And if you're lucky, if you're really lucky, you get both. The smallest acts of compassion can leave the deepest marks. You never know whose life you've changed or whose kindness quietly saved yours. I met the nurse, who once took care of me. She said, "You